Episode 3. Start your brightest day with a happy morning. The power of morning rituals. Welcome to Episode 3 of Happy Mind Travel, where I talk about the power of morning rituals to start your day empowered. Happy Mind Travel is an inspiring podcast for you to discover the power of psychology-based practices and spiritual exercises across time and space, helping you gain mental strength and making your life happier. We hunt for the materials, and it's on your part to implement those strategies and enjoy to be happy. Hey folks, I'm your host Pauline. Thanks for joining me again in Happy Mind Travel, where we visit free and practical psychology tools to make you happier every week. Today we're doing something empowering. Follow along with some of the exercises, and I'm confident that you will feel more energetic and happy after this episode. Check out the show notes page of this episode for more instructions. Head over to our happymindtravel.com/morning rituals. So are you ready for today's adventure? Happy Mind Travelers, let's start our mind travel. Today I'm going to introduce you a method or a habit that empowers our mind, soul, and body to help us start a great day. It's called the morning ritual. A personal practice of the Kindle book expert and the founder of Project Life Mastery, Stephen Reynolds. He has indeed inspired millions of people with his morning ritual video on YouTube. It went viral and gained so many positive reviews on how his personal practice impacted people's lives tremendously. Before I get to the practice, I would like to give you some sort of his background first. In 2012, he posted his morning ritual video online, attracting thousands of hundreds of views. It's a 9-step habit that you could follow every morning. And I don't just talk about it because it receives so much attention online, but interestingly, his morning ritual is a solid grounding for our mental strength, physical strength, and spiritual strength, which are all key components of our ultimate well-being in modern psychology. In 2014, Stephen released a modified morning ritual video in which he added more value to the previous one, and I strongly recommend you to go through those videos on YouTube after this show to watch how the morning rituals transform Stephen's mood throughout the process. It is a really powerful way to start your day. I've also included links to those videos in the show notes page of this episode. Do check it out after. For now, please follow me in this journey to walk through Stephen's morning rituals. Personally, I have been doing some of the rituals before I saw the videos, so I know how powerful they could be in empowering me throughout the day. In Stephen's videos, there are in total 9 rituals. I'm not going to talk about every one of them in detail, but I will talk about them in brief and pick those which resonates with me and my knowledge of psychology. So, here are the 9 morning rituals of Stephen. Number 1. Smile, stretch, breathe, and water. Number 2, move your body, movement rebounder. Number 3, incantations, affirmations, conditioned beliefs, engage your emotions, empowering questions. That's number 4. Number 5, your driving force, vision, and purpose. Number 6, feed your mind. Read 10 pages. Number 7, plan, schedule day in detail. Number 8, accountability call. Number 9, hit the gym, workout. So let's talk about the first one. Smile, stretch, breathe, and water. Simple things, and actually essential things you have to do in your life in order to survive. Smile. Why smile? Now you may think it's weird to smile to yourself just when you woke up. Seriously, why weird? You smile in your dreams when you're asleep. You just don't know about it. So it's not so weird actually. And the point here is to feel happy, to feel ignited to start your day. Because how we start our day will condition our following actions and reactions to things that happen to us that day later, throughout the whole day. If you start your day by complaining how life sucks, then your mind will be conditioned to notice and be aware of the things that could prove to you that your life sucks. It's not the truth at all, but you will believe your brain and what it directs your attention to. And smiling has a positive impact on our mood also. In a psychology experiment, it is found that people who were instructed to tilt their corner of their upper lip upwards are actually happier than those who don't do this exercise in the experiment. It changes your brain chemicals and has some effect on your mind. When you frown, you could also condition yourself to be angry or worried because frowning is the most common facial expression you have when you're angry or worried about something. Stretching your body will give you physical strength. It's similar to the second ritual, so I will talk about that later. Breathe. When I first saw it, I just say, you gotta be kidding me. Because every single moment we breathe, aren't we? But are we really paying attention to our breathing? Absolutely not. We don't need to. It just happens. But then I realized similarly when we eat, sometimes we're not actually eating. We're not enjoying sometimes. We're just putting everything into our mouth, our stomach, and that's it. No appreciation at all. So the point here is not just breathing. You do it anyway. Is enjoying how breathing makes you feel the peace at heart. We're talking about deep breathing here. Breathing into your lungs and abdomen. Observing how the air comes into our body parts and how it comes out slowly. This gives you the quiet and precious moment of living your life literally with yourself alone. This will give you time to rest, time to relax, and to make peace with yourself. And so it's some kind of mindfulness exercise, mindful breathing actually, which I will talk about in later episodes. And Stefan actually showed this breathing exercise in video too, and it's totally different from mine, but it may suit you too. In fact, there are a ton of breathing exercises beyond these two, and you can always start your day with the breathing exercise, the breathing practice that you feel fit with. Okay, next one, drink water. How simple is that? We drink water every day, right? My personal habit is, before I talk to anyone in the house, I gotta drink a cup of water. Just give me a couple of seconds to drink my water to gain my strength before even talking. And it's so important because it gives me the power to start my day with strength and a clear mind. I know some people, when they wake up, they don't drink water. But coffee or tea or even soft drinks, energy drinks instead. And to me, that will destroy you. These are all stimulants. And you often become energized after drinking that, but this creates an imbalance in your body, and you feel more tired after a short period of energy boost. So I don't really recommend people drinking energy drinks or coffee, tea, any kind of drinks similar to that in the morning. I mean, you could drink that in the afternoon or when you feel really tired and you really need to work, but definitely not in the morning. And as Stefan has mentioned, caffeine dehydrates you. After 8 hours of sleep without water, you start your day by dehydrating yourself more? I mean, that's ridiculous and unhealthy. So please break this habit and start your day with a glass of water. Okay, we've come to the second ritual, move your body. That's true also. When you aim to achieve well-being, it doesn't mean taking care of your mind and emotions solely. Your body will affect your thoughts as well, so take care of your body. Just move around. Don't just sit around the couch. Start some exercise, some light ones. We don't want to go intensive before we eat, so stretch your body a little. Jump over a rebounder if you have one at home. Just like Stefan, run for a 5-minute, stretch your arms, and that's all you need. I'm not trying a health app that gives you challenges in the area of physical strength, mental strength, and emotional strength every day to boost your well-being, and is backed by numerous psychological research. In order to be healthy holistically, you need to take care of different areas of your life, bit by bit, every day, and that includes your physical health. So do you combine a physical exercise in your morning ritual? Third one, incantations, affirmations, conditioned beliefs. Different names, but really is just points to the same thing. It's just saying about positive words or phrases to yourself every day in order to make you feel confident and blessed in life. In the video, Stefan read the empowering quotes out loud in the cue cards. And of course, you don't need to follow all his quotes. Everyone has some limiting beliefs or specific doubts in life. And what you need to do here is to first know your own limiting beliefs in life. Find a positive one to replace it. Write that down and say it out loud to yourself every day. So as to condition a new set of adaptive belief in your life. For me, when I encounter difficult times in life, I recognize my own maladaptive belief first. Those which undermine you and make you feel miserable. And I'll find quotes online or just when I come across a powerful quote that I really resonate with in a book, I would immediately write that down into a card, to my collection of cards actually, and I read every one of them out loud to myself every morning, or when I feel dejected. And let me share some of that with you now, some of my quotes. Now, let's see. We have one here. Remember, anything new coming in your life is a message from God. Things happen for you, not to you. The only way you lose in life is when you quit. Never give up because you never know if the next try is going to be the one that works. And there's one from Pat Flynn. Don't let today's opportunities become tomorrow's what-ifs. One from Jim Rohn, which I really love. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. And here's one from the spiritual leader Osho. He talks about what is courage. He said, in the beginning, there is not much difference between the coward and the courageous person. The only difference is the coward listens to his fears and follows them, and the courageous person puts them aside and goes ahead. The courageous person goes into the unknown in spite of all the fears. So, when I read this out loud, I feel that I'm motivated and I feel I have more courage to deal with my anxiety, my fears in life, to the projects that I'm carrying on daily. And that's my morning ritual. I can tell it is so powerful that you feel motivated and become wiser in life day after day. Some people like to read affirmations out loud like, I'm confident, I'm successful, those kind of stuff. But for me, quotes works better because these quotes will condition my beliefs. It could be that when you say out loud the affirmations, I'm confident, and the first thing that strikes you back is that your deep-rooted belief tells you that you're not, and that could be a really tough hit that could strike you back. So for me, it works better to read the quotes out loud, to read other people's inspirational quotes out loud instead of affirmations. But affirmation is actually one of the practices in both dialectical behavioral therapy and self-instructional training in psychology. People will be instructed to write down affirmations about themselves and to read them out loud when they feel depressed or have low confidence in themselves. For self-instructional training, it's a little bit different, as it is for helping people to monitor their own behaviors and taking care of their inner speech, which further directs their actions. It's in the technique of writing coping statements ahead and to prepare themselves with different coping situations like, how can I prepare for a stressor? What are some ways I can handle a stressor? How can I cope with feeling overwhelmed? And all kinds of questions similar to those. It works the same. The affirmations you've written on the cards actually prepare your mind what to do and what not to be afraid of throughout the day, throughout your life. And these positive beliefs will gradually be ingrained to your values, and you can then better cope with your life. to better cope with difficult times in life. Next one, engage your emotions by asking yourself empowering questions. In the video, Stefan asks himself, what are you excited, proud, passionate, grateful about your life? Who do you love and who love you? All these questions bring about positive emotions, excitement, sense of confidence, passion, gratitude, love, sense of connection with others. These are all emotions or states that we yearn for. I don't do it as a morning ritual, but in the video you can see how transformative this exercise is for Stefan, how motivated he looks and feels after that. For me, I like to write and journal my answers to those empowering questions instead. So I do this exercise every once in a while to remind myself how great life really is for me. And remember, don't just skip over the questions or just give a simple answer to that. Really immerse yourself into those questions and start asking yourself deeply, what are you passionate about in your life? Spend a few minutes with it. Take your time and you would get your answers. Then say it out loud or put it down in your journal. You don't need to ask every one of them. Just ask the questions alternately every day and feel the power of positive emotions. You know, positive emotions is one of the key components of happiness as found in happiness research. So the more positive emotions we have, the happier we find ourselves. Now, let's go to the fifth ritual, driving force, vision, or purpose. Here, Stefan again read his vision and purpose in life out loud to himself. We all know how important our vision and purpose is because that's what we live for in our life, is our calling. We need to find meaning in what we're doing in order to carry on, to motivate us. But many of us don't really dive into that actually. In a psychology research, it is found that 90% of students, and I believe it's from the Harvard Business School, actually didn't write down their goals. Now, we're not talking about sticking to goals. We know how hard that could be. Here, we're talking about writing down what our goals really are. 90% don't do that. And guess what? Those who wrote their goals out outperformed their counterparts who doesn't a few years later. Only 10% of the smart students write down their goals clearly. A simple act, but that makes a big difference in their lives. And we'll always talk about making our SMART goals in psychology, goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. But without a vision, a purpose in life, we can't really set goals that really drives us to actions. Motivation is the fuel that makes things happen. And to have this motivation, we need to have our vision and purpose to move towards our goals. So first off, you need to think of what aspects of life is important to you, or what aspects of life that you want to improve. For example, is it your health condition, your relationships, finances, career, spirituality, mental state, and so forth? Think about your visions and purposes in each area. Write them down so you can make changes to them or read them out loud later. This could take some time, and don't expect yourself to do it all in one day. Take one area at a time and progressively form your own vision of life. You will find how motivated you are after you've done that. And Stefan actually has a more in-depth video about how he constructs his vision and purpose of life, the tools that he used, and I'll also include the link to that video in the show notes for you to check out. I will say the show notes page URL again at the end, so don't worry. Now let's go to the sixth ritual, read 10 pages. I don't do it as a morning ritual, as a morning ritual every day, but I'll make sure I read at least some pages of a book or an article every day. This can get your brain started. Just like you eat things to get your stomach to start running the digestive system, we need to feed our brain to get it started. It brings new information to your mind, and that's good because that's how you train your flexibility in life. Every time you receive new information, you accommodate that into your existing beliefs and old information, which will ultimately train your psychological flexibility and reconstruct your mind. Number 7, plan, schedule day in detail. This is so crucial, and it's related to your SMART goals. Without planning ahead, you could be drifted apart from distractions in life that you delay implementing your goals further without noticing it. Plan ahead, set your daily goals, and stick to that every day, and you would be so proud of how productive you can be. I start my day by writing down my 3 daily goals every day. I journal my progress in the afternoon and what I have completed later that night. This is the difference, I believe, between one person who wrote his broad goals and never really fulfill it, and one who could stick with it no matter what happens in the long term. It takes tiny little steps every day to achieve your goals, not overnight success. And I'll share more about it, how to plan and schedule day in detail, and a secret tool that I use to help me fulfill my goals. Number 8, accountability call to a friend. And that's relevant to fulfilling our goals too. When you tell a friend, your family, or the world that you are trying to achieve something, sooner or later they will ask you about your progress, and you can't hide from that. You gotta report to them, or communicate with them at what point you're in achieving your goal. So that gives you pressure. In psychology, we call it eustress. Positive stress, which is to stick to your plan. Because you have to have something to tell to your accountability partner, be it a friend or family member or some sort of accountability partner program that you enroll in. And I don't think you need to do that every day. I do it every week just to see my accountability partner, how each other's progress, whether you and your friend have a shared goal or task at hand. And finally, ritual number 9, workout. Needless to say, it's so important. Exercise stimulates the release of endorphins, which makes us happier. We actually learn so much from doing sports. For me, I do running and strengthening exercise using dumbbells every week, and that gives me so much energy, fulfillment in life lessons, which I couldn't get anywhere. You cannot get that from a book. You cannot get that from a lesson. You just get it from doing it, from the workout. It teaches you how commitment, hard work, and perseverance pay off, and it strengthens your body. Without a healthy body, you won't be able to enjoy anything in life. Having talked about Stefan's morning rituals, I want to share mine a little bit. Every morning, I will do a mindfulness exercise, a mindful breathing actually, or a meditation exercise, sometimes a 5-minute one and sometimes a 20-minute one, depending on how much work I got that day or what goals I've set myself to work on. Then I will do a tarot or spiritual daily draw. Sometimes it's tarot cards, sometimes it's oracle cards, just to ask for advice in life. And then I would journal my experience of the cards, my interpretation of the cards later that day. Then I would write in my journal my 3 daily goals. And finally, read a few pages of a book or an article. I tend to do exercises in the afternoon and read my affirmation cards throughout the day when I feel like I need it. And this set of morning rituals set the tone for my day, having a relaxing mind and spiritual atmosphere to surround me. And I'm also fueled by writing down my goals. I'm fueled by constructive goals for me to work on, some kind of mission to fulfill, to accomplish. So happy mind travelers, what's your morning rituals? I hope this episode will show you how important it is to start our day empowering ourselves with healthy habits. Think about what could be your morning rituals this week. Write your schedule down so you can follow it afterwards. Happy mind travelers, start your day with happy morning rituals. If you're already seeing a medical advisor, counselor, or therapist, discuss this exercise with them. Always consult a professional when you think your situation needs one, and discuss your concerns with them. Treat this as a self-help tool, a practice to empower your life. I do hope that this exercise will help you build a positive and healthy pattern of lifestyle. If you have any questions about morning rituals or have any feedback on this show, you can email me at Pauline@ourhappymindtravel.com. And I've also included all the links we've talked about today on a show notes page at ourhappymindtravel.com/morningrituals. Again, that's ourhappymindtravel.com/morningrituals in one word. Give yourself some time to design your own morning rituals before we travel to another one next week. Until then, happy mind travelers, take it one day at a time and enjoy to be happy. God bless. I deliver inspirational strips of content where you can't find anywhere, just on Twitter. Happy mind travelers, check me out at Pauline21HMT on Twitter. Again, it's Pauline21HMT on Twitter.